Mm.
Welcome to the
Always
One
press
Take
this button.
Livecast. Here I am with Townsend of the band Week 13. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, thank you ever so much. For your viewers, I'm Nick J. Townsend. I'm the singer guitarist of British band Week 13. Have been for quite a while because I started it. It's been going for a while, and now I'm here talking about it to you guys.
Awesome. So right off the bat, let's start with the new Go Away music video. Obviously, it's an
Oh yeah,
attribute. Obviously, that is an attribute or to the John Carpenter film They Live, which is one of the best films he's ever done. What sort of gave you the idea and
yes.
influence for that?
Well, the song was kind of inspired by it a little bit. Some of the lyrics were there's one line where it's very John Carpenter. I just thought it'd be great if I could make the music video kind of the same kind of deal. And we got a FX. First of all, as well as making music, do a lot of film, and that's why I'm a big. I suppose I'm not a massive film buff, but I like my movies, especially sci-fi and horror. But I wanted to film it a certain way. I'm very good at directing other directors. I learned how to sort of. I went to the whole film school stuff, went to Hollywood, for 4 years, and then learned how to lie on camera. So if I want to make something like They Live in a music video, you kind of know how to do it. So I got an FX artist from FX makeup artist from Manchester, Jade Robinson. She was great, and about 3 hours of makeup, and then we just kind of planned a little route to sort of, I don't know, scare the fuck out of people, really, and didn't really tell anyone about it. Just my cameraman that I had there, and we worked out a route, and we just worked out storyboarding what we were going to do. And that's kind of how you're supposed to do music videos. And I've done about 200 music videos in the past 7 years for other people. Our band, I've done about, I don't know, 15. And we just keep knocking them out because every song I write, I like to have visuals. So we just try and make an interesting music video. This time it was John Carpenter's They Live. So we had to have the alien makeup just right. And I really enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't end up in the finished music video. If you've seen it, it's on YouTube. There's in the film, there's the bank scene.
Yes.
Well, I had to go into a bank, and we thought, maybe I can get away with this, but nah. As soon as we walked in, they're like, "Hey, cameras out, no cameras." And I was like, "Oh, I was just waiting for that." I just wanted to go up to the counter, and it just wouldn't happen because I was trying to do a reverse version of They Live in the film They Live. No one can see the alien. In this version, I sort of turned it around that everyone can see the alien, but I don't know, probably just didn't want to. And the reactions were quite interesting because I think people were actually mildly irritated. So I was traveling on trains and stuff and going to different places, and especially like senior people. So some people got it and they were like, brilliant. And you just knew they're thinking that's John Carpenter. Well, not John Carpenter the director, but that's John Carpenter's They Live.
Mm.
But some people like, oh, as if it was like a big deal, like, oh God, not again. Like that happens very often, but people react different ways. Some people just kind of probably saw me and probably thought the youth for today. I'm probably twice as old as the youth for today. Yeah, but like people have their own ways to express themselves. So they have every right to be irritated by our brilliance.
Mm. But also, it is one of it's a well-known film to people that know it. But when you think of John Carpenter films, people instantly go either The Thing or Halloween. Like They Live is sort of on the list of sort of like number 5 or number 4 thing, because when people think John Carpenter, they think The Thing or Halloween or Big Trouble in Little China and sometimes Escape
Yeah.
from New York. But the personally, I think They Live should be up there because it's great. It shows Rowdy Roddy Piper can act. The fight scene was very clever and creative. and also it's just the music, obviously, courtesy of Carpenter's as a composer as well. But also, it's just a very interesting story. I mean, this way, oh, aliens have always been here. But they look like this, and you got to wear these glasses.
I mean, it was picked up on The Simpsons as a kind of salute on one of the episodes and one of the early computer games. I mean, it's gained cult status over the years. I don't think I think it's one of the later John Carpenter films I saw. I was first introduced to John Carpenter via films like The Fog, and I
Love
didn't
that
know it
film.
was done by John Carpenter. I just thought that film was fantastic. I
Mm,
mean, I kind of when you get a bit older, you kind of go, well, I want to check out all these films I like. Turned out most of them were directed by John Carpenter. Memoirs of an Invisible Man. No one really talks about that. I think it kind of, I wouldn't say it bombed at the box office, but
mm,
Memoir had Chevy Chase in as a lead, and I loved him in Fletch. So when I saw him in this, he's kind of doing half Fletch, half a serious role. He's been directed by John Carpenter. And from what I understand, I don't think it's one of John Carpenter's personal favourites. I think if I'm right, he was going for a divorce or there's some sort of crap going on in his life. So I think
yeah.
that film was kind of rushed. But even that film, there's moments in that film which is pure John Carpenter, and it's just beautiful to watch. In the Mouth of Madness, I think is one of the top ones. But he did kind of go downhill in the 90s, unfortunately. It's just how a
Mm,
lot of directors are. But musically, he's also been a huge influence. And I think the Go Away song, the Nada remix, it was just kind of just a few salutes musically. So visually, we wanted to do that as well. And we do that with every song we do. There's usually a different theme or something. Like as we speak now, I've already filmed and recorded single and video we're doing for the next one. It'll be completely different. And that's what we like doing. Every song is like a business. So like you're not gonna make the same you can have the same, I suppose, business strategy, but the idea is you just keep making good songs. Right. So we think we made another good song and we made sure it's not identical to the last song. So because some bands like to, I don't know, record the same song again and again and they release an album of it. I just can't stand that when you hear 12 tracks in a row. It's like I can't tell which song's which because they all sound the same. So
mm.
the trick of songwriting is to keep making new stuff and make sure it's um, doing something moving forward. I like to make everything I do my best. Your best, you haven't made your best song. Your best song is the next one, and just keep moving forward. So I hope people like this remix. The next tune comes out. I don't know when this goes out, but the next tune we're releasing will be in November. I can, because I know what I'm doing, I know what I filmed. I can say stuff which, if people look back on this, they go, "Oh my god, he was talking about that then." So if I said this will definitely not get played on the BBC, people will get that in 3 months' time. And I'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, but it's a nice remix as well as the other stuff. I mean, and it's it's nice to see. I mean, I like three-piece bands. I mean, I like things as well, but there's just something fun about a three-piece band. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's a bigger connection because there's literally only three of you. If you have like say a 5-piece or 6-piece band, I think a lot of the intimacy is lost and the
mm,
tightness. If there's only three of you, it's like you've between the three of you have to be putting on different hats. Like I'm a singer guitarist, so I've got to be a very good guitar player and a very good singer. So I've got to do two things at the same time. Our drummer, he tends to do a little bit of backing singing as well. So he's obviously a fantastic drummer. A bass player, he tends to, I don't know, try a few keyboard effects live and stuff. And basically, we know there's three of us. So between the three of us, we have to put on a show. If we had like Slipknot and there's 10 of us or 9 of us wearing masks, and there's number 5, there's number 8, and they're all busy doing whatever the hell they're doing. That's great, but we haven't got that luxury. So we treat every gig or event we do as a show, and the same for music videos. of the songs. We try and bring as much to the table as we can, and just make sure it's exciting. Because when I first got into music, if something was exciting, I'd want to learn more about it. So I haven't got time to do anything dull. So if it's that doesn't mean like, I can't do anything of a certain genre. There's no genre that's off the table, but whatever we decide to do, we try and make sure it's bloody interesting. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, that's pretty good. And also the artwork for the band is pretty good as well. I mean, not just the logo where it says Week 13 and you've got the alien in the middle, but I quite liked. I think it was on one of your T-shirt prints I saw. It's and there's like lots of chains and everything.
Oh, that's artist Andy Meanock, and we come up with different themes for each song. Like I said, every song's kind of a business, so you want to make sure with artwork for it, it's got an interesting single. And if you're a fan of music, you want to see, oh, that's that, and like give them like a little jigsaw to do. And you're like, oh, that's sort of saluting their last song. It's a little Easter egg. We put little Easter eggs here and there just to make it fun for the people that do follow us, not say religiously, but like they kind of look forward to the next release. Some people just might listen to us once and it might check us out again if they come across us by accident again. Yeah, that's the way music is for some people. Some people are casual listeners. Some people just kind of go, oh, I want to hear everything about this band. So when we do release something, we try and make sure it's got enough of everything. So if you're a first-time listener, and maybe the only first-time listener and last-time listener, you go somewhere else after, because not everyone's an addict for music. We want to make sure it's good artwork, there's good themes, good videos, and hopefully a good song.
Yeah, and it was nice how I got into you. I mean, obviously, I got interested in the band courtesy of a mutual friend of ours, Scarlet in Chains.
Yes, we are very big fans of Scarlet in Chains. In fact, I think I've worn a Scarlet in Chains pendant for the past 5 videos in a row. I think I always try. Yeah, there's a little Easter egg there. I always have a little, bit of Scarlet in Chains there. I always try and put a little bit of jewelry placement. I suppose some people probably call it product placement, but they're mates, so it's not really a product as far as I'm concerned. It's just a kind of way of, if they can't be in the music video, I can find a way to sneak them in. So it's just nice to be able to sort of salute your friends as well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and it's always nice to sort of, wear something or, show something in that as well. I mean, when I saw the artwork for Week 13, especially the white print with the Week 13 and obviously the They Live alien on, I hope that gets released in merchandise. I mean, that would be a cool T-shirt.
Oh,
or a white one.
Well, we got keyrings, so we're going to get the I think the T-shirts come out in, I think it's next month. Just for a way to Halloween. But we were a bit slow on it because I'll be honest, it's been doing quite well, the song. It kind of took us back. Well, we knew we had a good record, but I've had to sort of spend the past 2 solid weeks bantering between radio stations and stuff, and they want all the artwork, and I kind of forgot, oh shit, I should get the merch out for this, but I haven't had a chance. We've got all the designs ready. I know what I'm ordering because we've got companies that we use to get all our merchandise done, and I just haven't sent it off yet. So kind of exclusive. Nick is lazy, but the merch for the new song will be available in T-shirts probably, hopefully, way before this comes out.
I hope
maybe
so.
next week.
Are they Fruit and Loom or Gildan?
We've had Fruit of the Loom. I know they're high quality. I usually we get batches of them, so it's a good T-shirt make normally. Yeah,
it's because if they're Gildan, I can get a large, but if they're Fruit and Loom, I've got to go the size up.
Oh, we usually have extra large, large. We usually get all the sizes. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, we're still an independent band. We do everything ourselves and stuff. We're not like Metallica yet, but we're quite fortunate. A lot of people like to wear the band on on them. Like there's a game people are playing now. You go to a music festival and you count the Week 13 t-shirts, and there's more and more because we keep having new designs and stuff. I've lost track of how many t-shirts there are out there. Really, used to be hundreds. We now past that. It's definitely thousands, but I couldn't tell you how. I probably could if I wasted half an hour thinking about it, but I've got better things to think about. There's a load of weak fitting t-shirts out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this question. Now, there's only one other person I know of in pop culture that has done the half facial, half mustache on the face and everything, or in your case, we had, and that is Salvador Dali. What sort of gave you the idea for this aesthetic image for yourself?
I was just in Amsterdam. I don't know about. I think it was 1997, and oh, I'll tell you, I was in this club. It was called the Crush Knopf. It was like death metal, industrial thrash metal, and there's this German like bird. she was doing all this like crazy dancing, yeah. And she got. I actually had a full head of dreadlocks at the time, and she got her hand stuck in my dreadlocks. Now, because she was German, I was English, still am. I didn't know how to tell her. Please, could you carefully take your hand out so that you don't? And she was like this, yeah, with my head, and I could see about 5 of my dreadlocks fly off. I was like, oh no. And I went back to the hotel. I was like, it wasn't that bad, but I went back to the hotel room with my mate because we were both there, and I said, oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to go bowl or something because I've got half my dreadlocks missing. And he goes, I'll cheer you up, Nick. I'll go out and get a pizza. I'll be back in a bit. Comes back and I started snipping all the bits off. And he comes in and he goes, oh, pizza. And he goes, oh, that looks good. I was like, what? And I looked in the mirror and I'd only sort of shaved sort of half off. And he goes, oh, yeah, it does look pretty good. Yeah. So I just kept it like that because I was only halfway through cutting it all off. I left all that side. So that's kind of how it started. And then I just decided I'm going to do this. I don't know. I wasn't like inspired by Salvador Dali or
Two-Face.
I think it was a famous serial killer. I think he did it before he went to prison. I know there was before he got arrested, but there's a few people out there that have done it. But I just kind of did it by accident, really.
No, but
thanks to this German lunatic on the dance floor. Thanks to her.
If you're watching, this is your fault.
Well, she's probably dead now. Like, it was a long time ago, so I hope she's alive. Chances are she's probably dead. Yeah. Sorry.
Obviously, week 13, you've done 15 music videos, you've done lots of songs, and each different. What sort of the bands you were really into that sort of like basically told you, right, fuck it, I'm going to start my own band?
That's a good question. Lots of artists have inspired me over the years. I mean, I started growing up with things like Adam and the Ants, Jimi Hendrix, Prong. There's a band called Pink Fairies. They're from like, I think it's early 70s. Not many people have heard of them, but they're a small outfit. And bands like Prong I like because they're a 3-piece band. Nirvana really hit me the most. I mean, I grew up with Megadeth and Rest in Peace. Absolutely incredible album. The artwork as well. I thought that artwork is brilliant. I made the mistake. I'm saying this, and this probably will offend some people. One of my first ever singles was the Iron Maiden single Holy Smoke. I loved the artwork. I thought, it's great. I was in WH Smith's and they had the cassette singles. I was there with me. This is going to be great. Look at this. Holy Smoke. I was a bit naive. I was at high school. And I remember I walked into the school because it was on my lunch break. And I said, look at this. I bet it's about burning churches. And of course, the person I said this to was very into his metal. And I wasn't at the time. And he's like, yeah, it is. All right. I was making a joke, but it is about burning churches. All right, okay, right. So that went get your facts right, Nick. Yeah, I was like, all right. Well, didn't realize. Well, I'll listen to it anyway.
Yeah, it's a
And then
funny
I
music
bought
video.
every single Iron Maiden album that week, and I bought all the Iron Maiden albums literally within 7 days, and then I found out that I'm a bit bored of Iron Maiden now because they do sound a bit too similar. So they kind of got me into sort of rock and heavy metal, but I think it was bands like Megadeth that really pushed me in Nirvana. I found those bands are very inspirational. Pantera, and I did the whole metal journey like everyone, and you go through your Sepulturas and
Mm,
um. But I gotta say, Megadeth for the technique and the sheer like, aggression, and
yeah, and there's a
bands
bit
like
of punk,
Carcass.
and of course there's a bit of punk in the band as well. So that's
Mm,
good.
yeah, except I was never massive on the Sex Pistols. I thought I, I I remember it was one of the first riffs I learned, and I came to UK, but it wasn't a huge influence on my guitar playing. But there is a punk element, but I think it's just that's partly due to Nirvana because they've got punk elements. Yeah, they've got punk elements in their tunes, and I think even Kurt Cobain, I don't think he knew what punk was, so he kind of made it up.
Mm,
I read somewhere that he didn't know what punk was. I'm sure I read that. I mean, he just started he going hell head first, and then like did the thing, then found out what it was after. Because obviously he was playing with bands like the Melvins and all that, so I'm sure they would have told him.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Obviously, you've done this venue, you've done that venue. Uh, from your roots and everything, what's probably been one of the best venues you've played in the, the Midlands or up north and everything?
Um, well, I like playing different venues each time we go out there.
Mhm.
Don't want to keep playing at the same venue over and over again. Unfortunately, a lot of the venues I love, they're no longer here because I I'm an old cunt. So like that's just time. There's only so long these buildings can stand for before they knock them down. Yeah, but
Mm,
I've had some real wonderful gig experiences at a lot of venues, but I think the DIY ones have always been the favorite ones where you make a gig happen at a place where music shouldn't happen. Like when I think it's just after 9/11, and everyone was supposed to stop doing music and stuff, and I wasn't interested in stopping doing music. So there was a town hall in my hometown, Kidderminster. They hadn't had music there since Live Aid, so we set up a rock festival, and we did that show, and there was like about 400 people there, and it was one of our first gigs, and it was a bit of pressure because I had the whole town, all the I call them the grown-ups, like the council, all that kind of like the mayoress or the mayor. It was a mayor, that was it, and there was some charity there. And of course, that we're just like a bunch of smelly, smelly musicians, you see, and encourage other smelly people to turn up in that nice, clean building,
mm.
and it raised a lot of money. A lot of people liked it, and it was like let's put some metal and loud music in a place which normally has opera and classical sort of players. So yeah, some people it's like, oh, big deal. We have music here every week. We have choirs and stuff. It's like, yeah, but I bet you don't have bands tuned to B. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So we did that, and I think things like that, the DIY gigs, they're my favorite ones because you have literally a day to sort it out normally because you got to set everything up yourself. It's not like oh they do this every single week. I think when we hired the town hall out, like I said, it'd been 1985. I think was the last time where that building was even used. So for us, it was oh wow, they've not had any actual bands there for like 15 years. So that was quite cool to make all that work. Yeah.
Nice. What's the next gig?
Next gig for us, I think, will be Probably a few in Birmingham, but won't be till next year. We got a lot of we got a double album we got to release, but before we release that double album, I'll make sure the merchandise is already, all the cool artwork, and every song should have a music video. That's almost impossible. So you gotta pick your favorites, and it's like your children. It's like each song is like one of my kids. So like, which one am I gonna spoil? Which one is not gonna talk to me because they're not gonna have its own music video? Well, we're gonna make a decision here. So you five, you get your music video, and people are just gonna have to listen to you guys. So I don't know. You gotta try and decide what do you want people to see, what do you want people to hear. So we'll do that. And as far as going out live after, we just take it live. And yeah, well, I might do something which I've done before, like where you kind of incorporate your music video into your live show. Like we've done this before where we've worn gigantic fat suits live, and there's a music video where we did that, and you just kind of go, well, okay. I can't do the They Live thing live because it's too expensive. I have to get spend a lot of hundreds of pounds on makeup just for one gig. So I think that wouldn't be packed. I wouldn't want to wear a mask. I'd rather it be done right. If we were, I wouldn't want to insult John Carpenter and just turn up with a fake alien mask. That's why we got the special effects makeup artist. But going out live, I'll probably work out some kind of weird look because you're almost like invisible. When you wear like a mask or something, I mean, that's the best thing. I was walking around town in different towns with makeup, and obviously I've got half my head shaved, and I've had it for like, I don't know, 25 years, probably longer than that. And so a lot of people, if they've seen me once, I can't remember you, but when you're looking like an alien, I don't think people noticed that I had half a head of hair, but I just thought, what the hell is that? And I literally became an unidentified foreign object, or whatever you call it.
UFO.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally an alien. And you kind of think, oh, wow, man. So if I got my dong out, will I get into less trouble or more trouble? I just think if I was ever going to get my cock out, this is probably the best time. Not that I've ever had to do that in public, but you literally are invisible. And I had very limited vision wearing the all the makeup and stuff, so I could barely see through it. So you kind of feel more invisible because you've got like little. I mean, obviously I was pig obvious. Everybody could see something, but we didn't know who it was. So you do feel kind of, oh wow, I'm like that member of the Fantastic Four that's invisible. I can just go, ooh, like, ah! Yeah, but you don't know who did it. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So we'll probably do that live somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah. Could always wear a plaid shirt and sunglasses and have a toy shotgun and say, we are here to sing songs and chew bubblegum. And we're out of fucking
we're all out of songs. But we got lots of bubblegum. That'd be a great gig. Half an hour of us chewing gum on stage.
Yeah.
Do that.
Or shooting.
I don't know who would see a band that would just spend 30 minutes chewing bubblegum, but I think you put an idea into our heads. That'd be a fantastic gig.
Yeah.
part of the used chewing gum just like goes bigger and bigger. No, we try and we try and do a serious live show, but it's kind of serious on our own terms. So we will dress up, we'll have fun. I think I wore shoulder pads in the last gig under a leather jacket just to see if anyone would notice. And no one did. No one noticed. And I thought, oh, do I think that my shoulders actually do that? Well, I just like to amuse myself at a show. So
why not?
I think I might wear a kind of wife beaters vest next time and like really go kind of downhill as if we're on the streets or something. And I don't know, put some gravy stains on me and see if people actually think, oh, that's how they live. It's
or
tough out there.
wear a Roddy Piper shirt, Hot Rod.
Yes, yeah, that's probably a lot more sensible suggestion than what I
Yeah,
just said.
wear the
Definitely.
kilt as well.
But yeah, we've got a lot of different themes. We've done a lot of sci-fi themes as well. We did a cover of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding, and we did a kind of rocked up version. And we did a whole music video set in space. And of course, I've never actually been to space, but you have to kind of give people the illusion. So we worked out, and this is during lockdown. So people said, how did you do that music video? And there wasn't much green screen. It was very practical stuff. So people kind of like, where did you film that? Well, we went to the I'm not saying where actually. Let's just say it was a real space center. And we found out there was a 15-minute gap between tours where there was no one there, because these space centers, you've got like the school tours, and we have about 300 kids go, come on, boys and girls, this is a spaceship, yeah. Whether it went to the moon or not, I don't care. Get in line, yeah. And they're all doing that, and then we found out there's 15 minutes every hour where the one school comes in and the one school goes out. So we thought, right, that's the 15 minutes. We'll film it, and then we have to wait another 45 minutes for the next load of schools to go out and for the next ones to come in. So we worked out how I think I paid for a day tripper. So these guys have been here all day. They really love space quite a lot. And we just took cameras down. So you can't work out how to make big ideas happen on screen. So we wanted a spaceship. We wanted a really cool, expensive looking set, because people said to us, fuck man, that looks really expensive. Did you build all that? No comments. Yeah, you don't want to give away all the magic.
Yeah.
But it was very hard to do. We did have to plan it, and literally early in the morning, I mean, you go into the toilets and you sort of change into a costume, waiting for a lot of schools to leave before. And we got 11 minutes before the next school tour comes in. There's no one here, action, and you just set yourself up and you act, and you perform just as much as if you were performing a live gig, and a lot of it's about performance. So yeah. I don't think I've told anyone that, so that's out the bag, you know.
Exclusive.
I probably ruined it now, because I probably thought, oh, well, you spent all that money on it. I was like, how much is a day trip a ticket? Yeah, but you just can't work out how to make. So I went to Hollywood to learn how to lie on camera, because that's what they do. Some of the biggest, the most important scenes you've ever seen in the film were probably green screened in a hotel room. And you go, really? What, that bit with Tony and the Avengers? Yeah. Just a hotel down the road. It's in the corridor. All right. Yeah. They just put a big green screen there. And he said, I am Iron Man. Yeah, they there's always tricks and stuff. I mean, like, well, as an English guy, I wanted to learn more about the music industry and the entertainment industry. I went on film sets. I spoke and interviewed a lot of filmmakers, musicians, people that run record labels, the whole lot. So I kind of got a little info on how these things work, and you literally work out how to lie on camera, manipulating an image so the audience is one thing, but reality is everything's gaffer taped and sellotaped and being held by someone, and we don't realize it. And that's all part of the illusion. You can't go out be a magician if you look at entertainment, because if you told everybody what it was, they probably go, "Oh, is that it? Oh, I could do that." Yeah, well, you don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. To do it, you've got to be stubborn and stick with an idea until it works. But if you tell them, like, if you went to go and see a magic show, what would you rather do? Would you like to see a magician, or would you like to hear someone talk about how his tricks work for half an hour, then go and see a show? You probably wouldn't see the show after. You'd probably go, "Oh, is that how he does it? Oh, no, I don't need to see the show. I know now."
Yeah,
because that's the magic. You know it's not real, but you want to see
We're
the magic. It's a
entertained.
performance.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
entertained. Absolutely. And entertainment is fun. So, for all old and new
Unless you're
followers.
Ed Sheeran,
Oh, yeah.
entertainment isn't fun at all.
Mhm. So, for all old and new followers out there, where can they find you on platforms?
Well, if you type WEAK13 or all one word, no space. Repeat WEAK13. We're on all the music streaming platforms. That's really where you get your music from. So I could just name them all, but I'm sure if you listen to music somewhere, just type our band name on it.
Yep.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. It's all week 13. WEAK13. We've got a lot of YouTube videos. We've signed to a Slip Trick Records from Latvia. They're big international independent record label. They signed loads of people around the world, and they thought what we were doing was pretty good. So our most recent singles are through them. They've been very good to us. It would impress them even more if everybody just downloaded those two singles, but we're going to make many more, and we're just going to keep. We're not going to actually stop doing this. See, some bands will last 3 or 4 years, and that's like the shelf life for a lot of bands. I'm going to be doing this till I'm fucking dead. So I'll be having this conversation with someone in about 10 years' time and 20 years' time. This is our life, and that's what we're going to do.
It is.
And we appreciate people listening to our journey. And when people go, "Oh, my journey," and to some people, a journey is like going to the shops. No, this is my journey to the cemetery, because that's where I'm going to end. I know how it's going to end. I'll be dead. I won't be able to make any more music. And then we're going, oh, fuck, what did he do? Actually, he did quite a bit. So that's my journey. So when I'm dead, there's no more music. So whilst I'm alive, I hope you guys will enjoy it.
And I hope they do too. And thank you for being on the show.